Hello viewers, Kubiyando, Kith and Kin, I'm SB and welcome back to Strange Horticulture, where today we have a card to follow to begin things. So I'm reading this as the only reason I can imagine for these words to all be broken out onto separate lines is to draw attention to the fact that they all start with letters that are attached to cardinal directions. So let's pursue that. Where is Tibet? Tibet? I don't know. Is it a forest? Is it a city? I feel like okay, here we go. Here it is. So north, east, south, south, west, south, south. Sort of a roundabout way of approaching this. I find myself on a patch of moorland surrounded by jagged peaks and menacing clouds. A distinctive plant stands out against the swaths of purple heather. And there, another. Okay. Those were standing out against the heather, huh? Okay, let's... Gosh, we're kind of running out of room here. It's hard to find spots to put things so they can sort of stand alone. Okay. And I guess we can take a moment to inspect our new plants as well. Deep blue flowers, quite beautiful, really. This one's got that opposing leaf structure, pleasant, fresh aroma. And we had one more. I guess the best way to approach this will be to put the map away. Made from the crushed petals of 3 distinctive plants, Balok's Elixir is a potent aid to memory. So, out of curiosity, okay, no, I can't actually make it then. I have no way of combining 3 plants. At some point, we will be presented with the ability to put these things together, and we'll just have to identify them at that time. So, we also still have this thing. We know now what this wheel is for, but not precisely what to do with it. The Briar's disc. Yeah. Alright, well, I suppose nothing to do but take some customers then. Long Meg. Sorry, I've not heard of it, but I'll keep an eye out for you in the library. As long as you can get me some Fever Kiss, that is. Too many late nights at the library are taking their toll. Have we marked Fever Kiss for sure? We haven't. Okay, but red berries. I feel like I did have a plant red tagged as Fever Kiss. Storian. What has red berries? Oh, hey, the Trouse is not. The Trouse was a certainty, right? We already gave that to somebody. Yeah, that'll be our huckleberry. Mountain Astery promotes an aura of confidence and persuasiveness. Large cup-like flowers produce a stale, damp smell. Interesting. Let's go ahead and yellow tag that. That one was not very complicated, though. I probably don't need this out of my desk. Oh, hey, it's the mailman. There's talk around town of a woman who wears a green mask made of jade. Oh, thank God other people can see her. There are all sorts of oddballs in Undermere, but that's certainly unusual. Alright, what do you got for me, friend? Backfoot Candle. Kentmere Eye, Backfoot Candle. Okay. Eye and candle are on the wheel. Alright. Kentmere Eye. Kentmere Eye. Kentmere Eye. Where is a Kentmere? Well, here's Beckfoot. So Beckfoot candle is probably Ilgil Head. It's interesting that they don't, you know, it's not 8 directions. So no, nothing. Hey, look who it is. I've been talking to people around town, trying to learn as much about this beast that is rumored to have been seen in these parts. Trying to learn as much as I can about this beast that is rumored to have been seen in these parts. In the old world, they called this thing the Servant, but the people here seem to have forgotten that name. Except the group calling themselves the Seeds of Redemption. They are something I did not expect, and they have made it clear that they want me to stay away from the Servant. They seem to worship it. But I'm getting distracted. My Dranthium supplies are low. Okay, that's... Came through looking for some Dranthium. You know, it might be, now that I have this many plants, it might be to my benefit to spend a little time reorganizing these. They're in alphabetical order or something. Because, like, I sure do need to look through a lot of plants when it's time to give somebody something. Okay. Long, sharp leaves. Now, I thought I had red tagged something as Dranthium based on a description of the leaves being sharp. But maybe not? And it says we haven't confirmed it yet, so it wouldn't be yellow tagged. Yeah, I definitely remember that we saw something with leaves sharp enough that it was commented on in the description text. But I guess I didn't make a note of it, which is a weird... So the leaves look grassy. These ones are long. They're not really the right shape. That's Wren. We know that for sure. These leaves could be right. Those who inhale smoke from burning its long, sharp leaves elevate their awareness. Green Eye, a name to derived from the telltale sign of overdose. Yeah, we know that part. We reckon that's Ember Soul. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, okay, so something I've got marked as something else is wrong, I think. Because all of the plants with the long grassy leaves look like they are marked as something else. Alright, after we take care of this dude, I'm gonna do a little bit of rearrangement here. Yeah, long thin leaves with surprisingly sharp edges. I think this is the Dranthium, actually. I think I've got this mislabeled. Palliance. Most plants offer a small improvement to air quality, but the Palliance is in a class of its own. It is sometimes called sweet breath, thanks to the freshness of the air in its vicinity. I guess that's a good reason to call it that. The many short leaves of this plant are thought to help filter toxins from the surrounding air. Okay, let me, where was that? Ember Soul. You are, in fact, Dranthium. Confirmed. Okay, Beckfoot candle. Is the candle on the wheel in like a cardinal direction? No, neither is the eye. So I feel pretty unsure. Do we see Kentmere? I do want to at least give down and to the right of Kentmere a look. But maybe I don't even... Ah, here. Kentmere Eye. So it's in a sort of like a 4 o'clock position, which I guess from Kentmere would mean this square, because Kentmere is quite high north in its square. But alas and alack. Alright, there's something I still don't quite understand. And the letter talking about the use of the Briar's disc suggests that you would want to do it with a note whichever symbol is pointing to the location. It may be necessary to string together multiple symbols, but you could use this method to reach any other point on the map as required. Yeah, if it was something like Kentmere, eye, moon, deer, dagger, spider, I could follow that as a set of directions. It just being two directions relative to two cities sounds like two separate points, right? Maybe necessary to string together multiple symbols. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about this I'm not getting. All right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually pause the recording because I don't think this will be super interesting to watch. So I'm gonna pause the recording, reorder the tags by color and approximate alphabetization, and that way we won't have to take such a long time trying to find things every time somebody comes to the desk. So I'll be right back. Okay, good news. I was a little worried that our shelf was getting like real crowded, but actually, sorting things out, it feels like there's a lot more space here than there was. You got things in an alphabetical order, trying to leave some spaces in between to make it easy to adjust when we identify new plants. And look at that. And then all the stuff we haven't identified over here, all the red tags fit on one shelf. I feel a little bit better now that there's some kind of order here. Also, while I was doing this, I had this thing on the desk the whole time. And I was listening to some music, but I had the time to read this repeatedly. And I think I am misunderstanding it a little bit. So to encode a location, you would place the disc over some named point on the map and note which symbol is pointing to the location. I was doing that kind of backwards. I was putting the disc over the location and trying to figure out where it was pointing to. I think, so Kentmere Eye is not a square on the map, it's a ray. Let me pull this up and show you what I'm talking about if it's not clear. So the idea here is, I've already forgotten where Kentmere is, damn it. Beckfoot, Kentmere, okay, Kentmere Eye. So Kentmere Eye is like, it's all of the locations where Kentmere is in this direction from them. It's not actually a lot of locations because like Kentmere is very close to the top of the map. But that means that these two things together, both rays, should describe a unique location because they intersect somewhere. So, oh, I really wish it would let me just lay these out the way I want to. All right, can I do this and that? Grr. There's a real dearth of control over your desk space in this game. So, or maybe I am still reading it wrong, but like it still could be the case Place the disc over some named point on the map nearby. Yeah, no, whichever symbol is pointing to the location. So if we take this instead as backfoot is the place to put the disc, and then the ray is the candle direction from backfoot. I mean, that's still not very much of the map, is it? And the Kentmere Eye, Kentmere is there. So I don't know. These are really awkward no matter how we interpret this. Place the disc over some named point on the map nearby and note whichever symbol is pointing to the location. Right, so we're over the named point. And then this is pointing, in theory, to something. Like, it could be pointing... We could say that it's pointing to Great Gable. I don't know that it's doing that with much precision. It's kind of pointing between these two, right? I had found a plan to Great Gable already. That's a fair point. Yeah, okay. I still don't know how to... I convinced myself I was onto something there. I still don't really know what to make of this. Because I was thinking if these two things are describing rays emerging, are understood to describe rays emerging from points on the map, then wherever they cross is potentially what we want, but they don't really cross. Kentmere Eye is really rough because Eye is, yeah, so either we understand it as a point pointing to Kentmere, or we understand it as somewhere along this. I mean, this is a lot of space. And then Backfoot Candle basically does just point to the edge of the map. Those things definitely don't cross. All right. We shall continue to wait. I really wish that I could sort this stuff myself, like that I was given, instead of a bunch of compartments in the drawer that pick stuff up automatically, if I was just given like 6 unlabeled compartments and let me put stuff wherever I want. Because it sucks that Letters is so full of things that we already know the use of, and I can't clear them out to keep the important stuff prioritized or anything. It might just be a me problem. I crept around Blackcomb 2 nights ago in the pitch black. That eyebright is some potent stuff. I could see clear as day. Up on the fell, I found a shallow pit full of skulls. Some deer, fox, badger, and some human. There was an eerie silence about the place, and every part of me was screaming to get out of there. Back down on the flat, I heard a terrible noise, like an axemaker's whetstone, but unmistakably animal. High on the ridgeline, I saw a cowled woman wearing a jade mask watching me, and beside her, something dark, inhuman, and bloody huge. I don't mind admitting that I'm out of my depth on this one. I'll need to speak to Verona again. While I'm here, I'll grab some wild coal for my pounding head. Okay, wild coal. Purple berries recommended by physicians in place of a hair of the dog mentality. Okay, so some who consider it a sacred plant. So something with small purple berries. Do we have anything that has purple? I don't think we have anything with purple berries on it. Now, it could be a plant that's, has purple berries on it at some point during its growth cycle. Do we have anything else? No, just that there are berries. So this might be one of those situations where I am supposed to have figured a thing out. Nope, get down there. Yeah, there's definitely no berries between the flowers or anything. The fruits of this are orange. This doesn't have any berries. Yeah, none of this stuff has any berries. Well, shit. These aren't in... That's not how the alphabet works. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it is simply the case that we do not have any plants with purple berries, so this is probably a moment where I need to have figured something out from one of my letters. Have we been to Gosforth? Just, you know, on the advice of that token. Ah, yes, that's right. We have been to Gosforth. Okay, well... let's try this again. So... Kentmere Eye, Beckfoot Candle. It's so frustrating that I can't put this down here because it wants to keep the whole piece of paper on screen even though the paper is almost entirely blank. It's a little annoying. I mean, Kentmere Eye by itself tells us what? It's either just one of the squares on the eye. Maybe, oh, you know what? Maybe it's specifically because the letter mentions size, doesn't it? Disc of identical size with the same symbols. So it's not indicating a direction. The point is indicating in a square. It is perhaps simpler than I was making it, maybe? Let's spend a moment watering the plants. I don't think this does anything. I think the will to explore is always increasing. And I don't believe this changes the the speed of that increase. So yeah, maybe I was overcomplicating this, trying to make it into something that was more of a puzzle than it actually was. So it looks like the square is E28. Let's see. Wait, is it E28? Let's verify. See, I don't love the fact that the square doesn't actually fit in the center correctly. 'Cause like, if you put it like this, it's pointing to E27. If you put it like this, it's arguably pointing to E28. I'm going to try E27. Okay, from Kentmere, I follow the bearing of the eye and end up in a small forest north of Kendal. The woods are thick with briar and brambles, but amongst the tangled undergrowth, a type of flower is flourishing. Is it a flower that has purple berries? It is, well, purplish. Purple red. I think it's what he's looking for anyway. Okay, wild coal. Norwood. A bite of the crunchy root of this plant has the effect of a cold bucket of water thrown over the face. An unpleasant sensation accompanied by sharp focus. It is claimed that Norwood releases spores that are invisible to the naked eye, showing up only under unnatural light. I need to close the map so that I can mark this as wild coal. Yep, that's how spelling works right there. So it should go before the winter boar. Good enough. I'm not going to be like obsessive about that. All right, let's take our next customer while we wait for our will to explore to return. Well, this looks like the right place. I don't want to have to traipse all the way over to Red Pike, so hopefully you've got what I'm after. It's a non-flowering plant with smallish leaves, and it seems to grow mostly on Red Pike. At least that's the only place I've found it. Oh, there was a plant that we got from Red Pike, wasn't there? Non-flowering plant with smallish leaves. Let's see here. What does that describe? I would say the leaves of the wren are quite large. Perhaps the trouse? Yep, slopes of red pike. Okay. Everybody loves the trouse. Alright, let's do this other thing. Backfoot candle. The candle leads me east of Westwater. To the north, the mighty Scafell Pike grazes the sky, the tallest peak in England. The challenge beckons to me. Perhaps another time. We got ourselves... Wow. We got ourselves quite a specimen indeed. I don't know what to make of that. Poor Reuben. He looks a little worse for wear this morning. He took it quite hard when his wife died and never did quite give up the drink. I think I know what ritual was performed at the stone circle. It all adds up. It was a summoning spell. Someone called to something across the void and tried to bring it here, and with the state of that body all torn to shreds, I'd say they succeeded. For a certain definition of succeeded. And then the gilded dendra. That really got me thinking. I found this in Dr. Worthing's bestiary. A little light reading for you. I'm headed to Greasdale Forest again. The Sisterhood will know more. It has many names. Some call it the Woken Dendru. Indeed, some do, believing it to be related in some way to the deadly gilded dendra plant. Others call it the Night Stalker, the Miasma, or the Dread, but the most common name for it in the Shires is the Servant. You'll have heard of it in children's songs such as Keep the Fire Burning and Servant and Master, and there are hints of it in the older stories, but nobody alive has seen it in the flesh. It is said that the dead ground northeast of Tebet, where nothing but black digitatus mortis grows, was caused when the Servant last walked our lands hundreds of years ago. Northeast of Tebet. Right here. The wide area of blackened ground here is known to the locals as Dead Man's Field. Dark mushrooms protrude from the soil like fingers reaching out from the grave. Yeah, fingers. That's what that looks like to me. Okay. We don't have a very simple way of doing this, but let's just look through here because we do have the Latin names of all the plants. It's going to be a mushroom of some kind. We might not have the entry for it yet. It's going to have a name that includes, like, fingers or something, right? Digitatus. Unless it has multiple names, as some of these do. Yeah, I was starting to think maybe we just don't have the entry for it yet. Indeed, it would seem we do not. Yep, okay. Well, it lives over here in No Tag Town then. And what does this card say? Maybe it has something on it we can see with the lens. Every day she attentively followed the teachings of the Arda. Every day she patiently performed the tasks given to her. Every day thoughts of the book itched away at the back of her mind. I get that. I'm starting to feel that way my own self. A secret uncovered is a secret no more. 2 miles north of Foxfield. Ominous. 2 miles north of Foxfield. Three ravens circle above, their caws and croaks cleaving the silence. An omen. I take what I came for and leave. Okay. A curious plant, to be sure. And I don't think we have any other unsolved mysteries for the moment. One from your librarian friend today. In reference to your question the other day about Long Meg, I'm afraid I do not have an answer, but Calder Abbey has a wealth of knowledge on local lore. If you ever go there, the monks will request a plant from you, but they won't tell you what they want. A sort of test. They've never allowed me in to look through their stacks. Okay, Calder Abbey. Yeah, we did this already. I was gonna say, that sounds familiar. The Sisterhood are trying my patience again. If the old Arda was around, but she's not. They've kept secrets for hundreds of years. If ever there was a time to share them, it is now. They know of a way to defeat this servant, some ritual or weapon or something, but their stubborn pride won't bring them to ask for help. Well, I won't sit idly by and do nothing. I'd better have a little chat with this new Arda, and I think I'll take some mountain astery with me. Will you now? Well, to be honest with you, that does not sound familiar to me. Ah yes, this. Large cup-like flowers producing a stale, damp smell. Could be. Ah, a distinctive smell that reminds me of old books. Musty. I think this is what she's looking for. It sure does have distinctive cup-like flowers. The weeping bell is a plant that is believed by many locals, to lead to gold. You'll have about as much luck searching for the end of a rainbow. The soft frilled leaves can soothe insect bites and stings. It is also known as golden light, and sometimes fool's hope. Golden light, that's interesting. Alright, where are my M's? O, P. Okay, so I actually accidentally put it down in exactly the right spot. Alright, there we go. That's pretty good. Why did I close this? I'm gonna need this. I have finished the designs you asked me to work on. Be very careful unwrapping these. Some of the glasswork is quite delicate, and I have taken great care transporting them. My lab equipment's finally here. Now we can brew elixirs. Oh, okay. Patterson's Guide to Fatal Fungi and Their Antidotes. Spring wax cap can be cured using hop heart boiled in vinegar. Sunset mount cap, generally not fatal in small doses. Use crushed leaves from sour bandy to cure. Bishop's parasol, often fatal, can be remedied using the sap from lemon dandy. Ooh, no cure for the Copper Caledonian. Interesting. And it goes in our dramatically overstuffed letters area because of course it does. The new Arda wouldn't like me being here, but the forest is in danger. I spoke with Verona Green earlier. It's bad. If the Dendru has awoken, then it will come for us. You must place an offering at the altar of Arduina. Okay. I can try to do that. So, where is that piece of paper? Here we go. So, a river that runs between two mountains. It doesn't necessarily have to be a straight north-south river. Like, this could be a rotation. Yeah, where would this be? Oh, it's here. Right, that is this building in Grisdale Forest. So this is the altar. It seems Beth has been able to keep her fellow sisters away from this part of the forest, for now at least. The trees are thick here, old too. The altar seems to belong here, as much a part of the forest as the gnarled trunks and twisting roots. I must place an offering to the goddess Arduina, and it needs to be either Ember Soul or Caldery. What would those mean? Place the flower as an offering to ensure a successful hunt versus Ember Soul, return for Sanctuary. I mean, the thing's got to get dealt with, right? I would think we would want to use the Caldery. The downside, of course, being that I don't know for sure what Caldery looks like, and we don't even have it red tagged. It grows from a thin stem with small leaves, and it kind of looks like that, probably. I am concerned that maybe we don't have any. Well, this does have the two little... this thing only has one thing emerging. A thin stem with small leaves. No, probably not that. Those are not small leaves. I mean, the bud is super wrong on that one. Oh. This looks like Caldery to me. Okay, cool. Evulum. The scent it produces is considered overpowering by some, but it is said to stimulate the senses and rejuvenate aching bones. Evulum has many short, pretty leaves. Okay, well, I feel like that's sort of a matter of opinion, right? Alright, the Caldery is going to be pretty early. Yeah, actually, that seems just fine right there. Okay. We've made an offering of the type that we hope will matter. I'm being harassed by loonies, shouting about the redemption, saying they're going to set it free, whatever the hell that means. Well, they can take their seeds of whatever, woken something or other nonsense, and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. I'm not joining their damn cult. Okay, that's great, lady. What did you need something? I just want to tend my garden in peace. I'm looking for some larkshine to drive them away if they come round again. Larkshine is a plant with a powerful defense mechanism. Oh, yes, the kidney flower. Well... So it's spiky. This one's spiky. It's got that same sort of narrow construction to the flower bulb as well. I think this is definitely the larkshine. Lyle of Neptune, also called Truthsayer. This plant will force a person to tell the truth when eaten. The sparsely petaled pale flowers give off a strong scent. Sorry, that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was this. All right. Okay, so this goes just like right here, right between these two. Should be fine. I'm always leery of putting plants that look like they could kick another plant's ass that close to stuff, but yeah, it seems fine. So we could at this point attempt to make Baylock's elixir. My suspicion is when we need it, we will have the opportunity to make it at that time, so I'm not going to stress about it for right now. In time, she learned that the sisterhood had secrets. Or had she always known that? Had she come to them by chance, or had she sought them out deliberately? She wasn't sure. But by now, she knew what she wanted, and she would do anything to get it. Now see, that's really interesting. That is a really interesting card. I know that last day went by pretty quickly, but I think I'm not going to start another new day 40 minutes into the episode here. That is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When y'all return next time, we're going to figure out how to interpret this card and then hopefully hear some results about that great big vitally important hunt that's going on out there that we don't get to participate in. As you can tell, I'm feeling a little bit nervous about the outcome. And we'll see you then.